All right. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good to see everybody. Big waves out there. That is my favorite part. We could end it right now. Like maybe let Myra talk and I'll just be quiet. As long as we wave, like I feel like my day has just like been taken to the next level. So I love it. So hello, hello, hello. Excited as always for the word today, and it's a good one. I feel like every word is like such a lesson for me. So I'm such a selfish little person, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I really needed this one. I really need this one. So this one I definitely need because this is not necessarily me. The word is bold, and it says, not afraid of danger or difficult situations, not me, showing or needing confidence or lack of fear, very confident in a way that may seem rude or foolish, right? So most of that seemed pretty positive. I don't know if anybody wants to seem rude or foolish, but gosh, wouldn't it be great to be a little bit more bold? Think about Rick Redford on here. You made a pretty dang bold move recently, right? So, so many of us could really learn that lesson to be a little bit more bold. So I love this quote. It said, most obstacles melt away when we make up our minds to walk boldly through them. And that's Orison Swett Martin. I don't know who that is, but it's a great quote. So there's some benefits to being bold. And I think I'm going to run through those real quick. And then Myra's got some great notes, so I'll be quiet pretty quick. But being bold, first of all, gives you a voice. And how powerful is that? So, being bold is pretty rare, right, out in the world. And it gets people to kind of turn their head and look at you and say, what in the world are you doing? Right. And, so many times we can have something to say, but maybe we're a little too timid, so nobody hears us. So being bold allows us to spread that voice around. And then being bold builds that confidence. And I always say, like, just what makes somebody confident? And sometimes people will say, oh, well, if you like what you see when you look in the mirror, or, putting on, for Rick, a new pair of, new type of lipstick, or just kidding. So something like that, right? But I don't think that's confidence. That might be something that lets you feel more comfortable, perhaps, or a little bit more like you fit in or something like that. But I think confidence comes from doing something hard. So if you look at Billy, I think Billy is a great example of this. If you look at how Billy Grady has changed in his journey of running a marathon, like he decided to do something really, really bold. And we've watched his confidence go through the roof, and that's going to bode him well for the rest of his life. Or looking at Myra, where she was very bold and she took on a new position at work, right? That was very bold. Melissa, like we all see Melissa Jackson out there with her reels and her exercise and all of that. And we can see like her boldness is right in front of our face. And with that comes really, really powerful confidence. And then being bold motivates you. So if there's anyone out there that says they never have a down day, well, you know that you are looking at somebody that's telling you fibs. I don't want to say liar, but they are definitely fibbing. If there's anyone that says, oh, I never have a down day, I never get, unmotivated, I'm just always like that Energizer bunny or the train that could. But I think most people, all humans I've met, can have those days where we question what we're doing and we kind of lose that mojo. But if we just take that bold action, that helps keep us in motivation and keep us in momentum. And then being bold attracts visionaries. Who wouldn't want to be a visionary? And who wouldn't want to be surrounded by visionaries? They're the ones that change the world, right? So, and that takes bold action. And then being bold is just plain exciting. So taking those risks, doing those things that are a little bit outside perhaps your norm, that makes you a more exciting human. You'll create more, you'll have more challenges, but you'll also overcome more challenges. And that just is more exciting as a human being. So I think the benefits are endless. So I'm going to read this a couple times and figure out how to get more bold. And I'll learn more about that from Miss Myra here.
Hey, thank you, Andrea. And you're exactly right. Every single one of us, we've had those days. We struggle with being bold. And so anyway, let me just get started, and y'all will have to excuse Dolly Ray if you hear a little yipping going on in the background. She went to the beauty shop yesterday, so she's feeling like I don't know what, she's crazy wild. So please excuse her. So being bold, it's very hard. Y'all know that, especially if you're a person that values peace and tries to avoid conflict at all time. I think that's in all of us. I really do. So why is it important to be bold? I want to read this. And this is the first time I've ever seen this quote from Winston Churchill. But he said, if you don't have any enemies in life, you've never stood up for anything. And that's powerful. And it's very true. So, being bold simply means not hesitating or fearful in the face of actual or possible danger or rebuff. This translates into standing up for what you believe in, despite potentially stepping on someone's toes. Coach Palmer and I talk about this a lot, about some of these words we go through every day. We step on our own toes, but you still have to be bold and be willing to do that. A bold person also, and I think this is what sets the really powerful and the very successful bold people apart, because I watch some, and there's some of you on this call that I really consider a bold person. And one of the reasons why is you own your flaws and you own your strengths. That's hard to do. So kudos to some of y'all on this call that can do that. A bold person also keeps very, very clear priorities. A bold person knows their plan, their objectives, and they prioritize them very, very clearly and concise. They speak up. Most of the bold people, they speak up, right? A bold person is not necessarily loud or boisterous, but when they have something to say, they say it. And if you'll notice, the people that are mainly the bold that you really admire and respect, they're kind of stand behind the scenes until they have something to say. And then when they believe in something, they do it. Just think about that. I know all of us have those people in our mind. Being bold does not equal being a bully or a loudmouth. A bold leader must act with tact, but also with empathy. A bold leader will pair action with knowledge. They'll always do their homework to improve their odds of success and confidence. A bold leader also accepts the value of failure. When you hear people say those kind of statements, you kind of think, well, that's crazy. Why do you value failure? Well, a bold leader accepts the value of failure. They simply understand that greater rewards stem from greater, guess what? Risk. We all need to make failure an acceptable part of our process. When a misstep or failure happens, a bold leader will simply just step back, reassess, and reboot. A bold leader will always make the most of small wins. We talk about celebrating small wins on here all the time. Bold leaders never sit around and wait for the right opportunity. They start with a small battle. They think that they can win, and then they map a plan out, and then they just go after it. Those small wins is what builds the confidence. And the bold people in your life, the bold people that are positively bold people and leaders, are the ones that I know I sit back and search out to try to learn from each and every day. Being bold is not easy, but it is very, very necessary to be successful in everything that we do. Hope you have a good day. Hope you're bold today when you have the opportunity to do so. Love you guys. Thank you all so much for joining us this morning. It's always a pleasure to see y'all. Love you.
Thank you so much, Myra. That was a great message. And didn't hear Dolly Ray at all. I was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys. Have a good day.
Thank
Chris,
you.
guys. See you back here tomorrow.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Coach Myra.
Guys.
Thank y'all for joining.
Have a
Cheers.
wonderful,
Thank you, Myra. Thank
awesome
you.
week.